What a wonderful day it's been. I've had the opportunity to fish with Frank. I've known Frank for some number of years now as I've come up to Gaston's every year for this great event. And a pleasure to have had today with Frank. We caught a bunch of fish. Thank you, Frank.
Real well.
You know, you're quite a guide. You know what you're doing. You do things right for everybody. How long have you been guiding on the White River here?
Well, I started guiding in 1982. Of course, it was part-time when I first started. But yeah, 1982, and then up until the last 23 years I've been full-time.
Wow. Now, not only do you guide for trout here essentially year-round, because how many days do you guide a year?
I average anywhere from 260 to 280, on a good year.
Wow.
And I spend I usually have about 50, take about 50 trips on the lake.
And when you're up on the lake, what are you fishing for? That's Bull Shoals Lake,
Bull
right?
Shoals Lake, walleye, bass, crappie. Those are my favorite.
Whatever somebody wants.
Yeah, it also depends on what time of year, because sometimes the walleyes are not available. So we go, we go with whatever's biting at the time.
When's a good time to fish for those walleyes?
It's just about to come up, usually in late May. And all through May is one of the best times to finish spawning, and where you could catch them on several different techniques. You could be trolling for them, you could drag night crawlers, and you could actually at night throw stick baits for them.
You know, Frank, one of the things I noticed, there are so many different ways to fish for trout, and I think you know every one of them. Is it all predicated on the clients that you have, the customers that you have, the guests that you have, that you take out, and what level of expertise they have?
Exactly, and which real fortunate because the numbers of fish in our river, and because of the different techniques, literally anybody that comes in my boat, we can find a way for them to catch fish, regardless of their experience. I've had people that's never even casted before. By the end of the day, they're catching fish on their own, and just the opposite. We have such a great fishery for brown trout. It challenges even the experts to come out and catch fish. So,
and we had a pretty good morning this morning catching brown trout. I think we caught 7 or 8 this morning. That's a pretty good number of brown trout in a day, isn't it?
Yeah, for morning fishing, that was great. And it's not uncommon. You know, some days we do more, some days do bigger. You never know. But today we actually targeted brown trout, and that's one thing a lot of people don't understand, that if you don't target and really try for brown trout, it's hard to catch them.
And so if somebody wants to target brown trout, you're the man to take them, and I will attest to that. Do you prefer to go after brown trout, or do you really care?
That's just what's the most important thing about my services is my customers.
Mm-hmm.
As long as my customers fully understand the situation, I'm really happy doing whatever they want. If they just want to go out and just have a good time and catch a few rainbows, that's fine.
Yeah.
If they want to get real serious and go after trophy browns, that's fine too. As long as we're on the same page, and at the end of the day everybody's happy, then I've done my job.
Well, I will tell you, I am extremely happy. We had a good time today. If somebody wants more information, Frank, to fish with you, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, you can get a hold of me through Gaston's Resort, or you can call me directly at 870-421-4500.
Frank, thank you so much for a wonderful day.
No, thank you.